But let's hop into it. 3, 2, 1, go! We're playing lots of randomizers today, starting with Symphony of the Night Adventure Mode Randomizer. This means every single equipment location has the chance to be a relic. And we must progress through the castle, checking so many locations, exploring so much of the castle. It will be an adventure. When is Jorb? Dude, we do need a Jorb. You're so true and accurate for stating such true facts. If we could turn Joel into an orb, that'd be fantastic. And if you want to know what any of that stuff means and you're watching on Dragon Blitz Daily, first of all, thank you for watching. Second of all, don't forget, you could join the live stream, spam emotes with the rest of them over on twitch.tv/DragonBlitz. I would greatly appreciate it. We got some new projects coming out. They might already be out by the time that this video is live on Dragon Blitz Daily over on the main channel, youtube.com/DragonBlitz. So yeah, I do have a main channel that I post to less frequently than daily with bigger projects, more edited projects. So you might want to check those out if you haven't done so already. But yeah, I got some stuff in the works that I think will be a lot of fun. What up, Mayron? All right, we got a decent sword, it seems, at the start. This is adventure mode rando, which means the item stats are randomized and the sprites and stuff are randomized, so nothing is quite as it seems on the surface. We must peer back behind the curtain to understand the inner machinations of the weapons we currently hold. What? I thought I got a double hit there. Let's take a look. Life apple. This is sword named Harper. Raises intelligence. Raises blood healing ability. Okay. I mean, we're losing all this stuff anyways. But it's good to know what those items are in case we run into them later, right? That's something that I haven't been... That is a skill that I could be developing as a randomizer player, is any preset that has randomized item names and stats is once you have that information, like holding on to that information of specific items, because that's pretty important, especially for sellable gems, because you get the names of all of the sellable gems in the library as soon as you like check to sell your gems. So having like a quick list of items that you know are sellables versus like actually potentially useful equipment items is really important. Because stopping to open your inventory over and over again is quite slow. So minimizing the amount of times you do that is really important. Damn it, heart max up. Okay. Let's not forget about the cloth cape check. That is like one that I oftentimes forget about when I'm booting up into adventure mode for the first time in a while. Gauntlet. Okay. Again, that's an item we don't know what it does yet, so it's not really worth opening our inventory quite yet. Not until we know what it does. Wait for this guy, and then we go. Box puzzling it up. And then we check this room because it can be, well, it can be a relic, or sometimes it's ice cream. You never know. So just like knowing where all those checks are is quite important. There we go. I think that level up's probably not worth it. I probably could have skipped that guy. Do you think there's enough people to start a DS rando tourney? Probably not. Like, who even regularly plays the DS randos other than, like, Jupiter? At that point, it's not a tournament. You're better off just running, like, a one-off race, you know? And I don't think there are DS randos. We're playing Dawn of Sorrow randomizer later today. True Net 4. But yeah, Dawn of Sorrow. Dawn of Sorrow, Portrait of Ruin, and Order of Ecclesia all have randomizers. But yeah, I don't think there's enough interest to maybe even try and get the... Ooh, that could be good. It's a thrust sword. Get the Symphony of the Night crowd to learn those randomizers either, because the games are very, very different. Where are the relics? You know, we're getting there. Check it in case it's a mana prism. All right. I'm keeping this because it's a thrust sword. In fact, let's go ahead and check. +5 attack, I'll take that. Two-handed obsidian sword. It's the same damage as my fists, but it's a sword, but it's a fist. Restore HP while walking. I won't put it on for now, but we'll see. Thrust swords have the potential to be useful for movement options, so I'm going to keep it as a potential like sequence break item, but that's about it. I don't want to use it for combat. To be fair, almost every single randomizer works like adventure mode in every other type of randomizer that I know of. They just replace all item locations with all other item locations, usually with some sort of logic. And that's like the baseline for like every type of randomizer that exists. So, what up, Uber? Firebrand, we know that that is at least legitimately the Firebrand. There are a few items that when they have the name, because the name refers to the description of that item, they're always essentially them, their normal selves. Because the way that the item randomization works is the description will tell you the true attributes. Not necessarily the stats, but the attributes of the item. And if the description refers to the name of a specific weapon, then it will be accurate. But yeah, I'm kind of on my diversification grind here as far as games go. You'll probably be noticing that if you've been watching Dragon Blitz Daily a lot. I'll grab Power of Wolf because it is technically a progression item. We've kind of hit a saturation point with Symphony of the Night, especially because there's not like a lot of new stuff going on with the tournament that I'm not a part of happening. There's not like new presets or new types of stuff going on. I'm hoping that I can get this bingo tournament off the ground eventually, and then that will obviously bring me back to playing more Symphony of the Night and doing commentary for Symphony of the Night matches and stuff like that. But in the meantime, I'm like, well, if Symphony of the Night's not really doing a whole lot outside of like the tournament that I'm not a part of, why don't I diversify and learn more games, get more well-rounded as a speedrunner randomizer player? And that's kind of what we're doing. We're also investing in more obscure randomizer stuff in Symphony of the Night, like Adventure Mode, for example. Not a lot of people play Adventure Mode because it is a longer preset, and getting good at optimizing stuff like this is harder because of it. So it's essentially a great time for experimentation, you know? It comes, there comes a point in every young person's life where, you know, they just need to experiment and figure out what they're all about, you know what I mean? And that's what we're doing here. Have I played Dead Cells? I've played Dead Cells a little bit. I've probably put like maybe 10 hours in. Dead Cells is fun. Ooh, leather shield. Let's friggin' go. We can shield dash. Should we try setting up co-op sometime? We can do co-op. Yeah, I'm down. The co-op stuff was fun back in the day when it was me, you, Talik, and ASD. I'm not opposed. I also want to play games with like more people, so it's not just me solo playing games every stream. It's just tough because people are busy and coordinating schedules is hard. That's like the main downside, you know? I am skipping an item. I almost forgot. This is why I need to not be autopiloting in adventure mode, because this item could be very important. The only downside of doing this check is, well, it takes a while, but, you know, that's life. Use Hellfire to get past this guy. You're gonna go study. Good luck with your studies. You don't need to at me every single time you want to reply to me, Mizzy. It's all good. You could just say what you want to say. But no, I will not do that. Thank you for your suggestion, though. Defense goes up when you're taking damage. Cool. Combat knife. Okay. Transitioning to Aria streamer. I like Aria, don't get me wrong. In fact, we probably should be doing some Aria randos as well. But that's life. We should be. Mr. Variety Streamer. Look, I'm not trying to kill my channel. Calm down. I'm sure Yakuza 0 is a fantastic game and probably even a good stream game. But with someone with no experience in the series, I feel like that's probably rough. What up, Dev? But yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm trying to branch out and do new things. That's not free reign for you guys to tell me to play your favorite obscure game that you won't even show up to the stream for. Because that is, unfortunately, the actual... Anybody who has streamed knows how this goes. If you have any amount of audience, you essentially say, like, hey, I'm thinking of doing blank. And then people will be like, oh, actually, do this instead. And then you're like, okay, wow, people seem to be interested in me playing friggin' X video game. And then you finally stream X video game. And then all the people who said, oh, boy, I would totally love to watch you play that game. They're not in chat. They're not showing up. I've played Blasphemous, Mizzy. Yeah, we skipped this. Yeah, exactly. Like, you shouldn't expect somebody on the internet to play your specific favorite obscure video game because they're too busy playing their specific obscure video game. Symphony of the Night, in the grand scheme of things, is also a specific obscure video game. Whether you guys want to admit it or not, this game is quite obscure in modern era, you know? Monster Randomizer would be gold. In this game? Yeah, but it's never going to happen. Well, maybe not never, but it's not going to happen in the next, like, couple of years. At least. Like, the Randomizer has existed for over 4 years now, and people still haven't figured it out, you know? So... And even then, I don't think Symphony of the Night... Maybe the monsters in this game are unique and interesting enough that putting them in different locations could help spice up the gameplay a lot, but I don't have a lot of hopes for that personally. Symphony of the Night is not really the peak of 2D Metroidvania combat. And the monster designs don't reflect that either. May absorb damage taken. Okay. Well, we have one sellable gem.
I'm interested.
Gravity boots. Okay, we have full flight with out of logic stuff, which is nice. Library cards for 500. We're probably gonna buy that. This sword is pretty okay. Enchanted floating sword. Mother's family heirloom. Can't afford it. Hard iron shield. Skull shield. Tin leather. Standard adventure helm. Duplicator for 4?
Thank you.
I'm not going to say no to a friggin' duplicator. And then I think, can we only afford library cards or mana prisms? No, we can afford both. Then we get both. Just barely. Fantastic. All right. Do I have throwables? I have the cross shuriken with 103 damage. All right. Let's see what medicine we have as well. Okay. All right. Easy peasy. The only downside is if I want to do out of logic flight, I am going to have to equip the thrust sword, which is going to be a little awkward, but that's about it. Girthang. Okay. And nothing here. We can do some more checks. In fact, I'll do this now. Because Gravity Boots opens up a lot of checks and we're already here. I can tell my story how I wasted 2 days. What happened? How'd you waste 2 days? You finally got your Masamune drop, and then you died going to the save room? That's tough. Double potion, that's weird. You were looking into the task route for Portrait of Ruin, thinking it might be similar to like an any % Saturn situation where you just, you know, reset for a specific drop, and then the damage was too low. Get owned. But that's part of routing, though, you know? Sometimes you look into routing decisions that end up not working out, but at least it, you know, lets you rule out some dumb shit. Nothing here. Well, okay, Bronze Cures. I wasn't sure if that could have been Spike Breaker or not. I think the first breakable pot has to be the progression item, because that's where the Onyx is. So that couldn't have been Spike Breaker, but I still wanted to pick it up just in case. Hello? Get out of here with that shit. All right. Nothing too valuable here, but we move on, we move on. But yeah, I think Symphony of the Night will always exist as a game that focuses around movement and routing, particularly when it comes to randomizers. Like, the most fun and most interesting types of randomizers, at least in my opinion, are ones where you have many routing options and you can try and optimize the route via whatever method you would like, you know, minimizing the amount of distance that you take between relic checks, maximizing the odds of getting a good relic in a specific spot. Like, these are the interesting decision-making points that I think make Symphony of the Night a good randomizer, especially for races and competition. But I feel like recently people have abandoned that idea. And they're just like, but what if we just make it more random? If randomizer's so good, why don't we make it more random, streamer? Have you ever considered that more random equals more better? But, you know, to be fair, gambling has always existed. It's just that, like, I don't know. I feel like nobody was ever like, this is the fun part of the randomizer back in the day, but, you know, that's life. What up, Firehills? Welcome. Nothing. I'll keep this, actually, yeah. I probably shouldn't be using the duplicator while I have this equipped, but whatever. Moonstone. Ow. Yeah, this is one of those reasons why it's like, damn, having the duplicator equipped is ill-advised when you don't need it for flight specifically, but improve status after sunset. Oh, hell yeah. Always worth putting on something like that. What about every room is random? Like, a room randomizer is something that exists in, like, the DS Castlevanias randomizers, and those are interesting for sure. But again, I'm talking about specifically when it comes to, like, some sort of competitive... I can't reach that? That's annoying. Way of expressing yourself in this game, because that's what I'm mostly interested in, is like, okay, we have this randomizer. Is there a way that we can make it competitive in some way? Especially because I've already invested so much time and energy into getting good at this game. So,
You steal men's souls and make them.
thank you for the gift, Muhammad. I appreciate you. But for a novelty, like, content thing, yeah, that's perfectly fine, you know? You just gotta separate the two, you know what I'm saying? And for me, a lot of my content does... Powerful Sword of Flame. When did I pick that up? A lot of my content does revolve around... showcasing my skill in this game, right? Nothing again. Interesting. Because that's like a unique thing that I have that very, you know, that helps me stand out. Is that I'm one of the few people that has spent thousands of hours speedrunning this game and getting good at it. I don't think that necessarily makes me naturally more entertaining or whatever, but it does give a different perspective that you wouldn't be able to find somewhere else, right? Fire of Bats. Not really vibing with the Fire of Bat, I'm not gonna lie. And then nothing here. Okay. I believe upstairs, yeah, there is a check. So we don't want to forget about that one. Probably should have done this first. Come on. I found you through searching SotN speedruns on YouTube. Yeah. I think there is something to be said there, for sure. And another gifted, thank you.
And make them your slaves.
Like, being the best at something definitely helps people understand at a glance what it is that you're all about when you're making stuff on the internet. Like, if you can objectively claim you're the best at something, it makes it very easy to state your case as to, like, okay, if you like this thing, I'm the best at it. Therefore, you probably have a similar interest in watching. Nice. Gladrock. What I'm doing, you know what I mean? But then they show up, and then I start talking about balls and shit, and then people are like, ah, nah. Not this guy talking about balls again. I did forget the clock. Yeah, I forgot 2 checks already. I'm throwing. It's fine. They simply won't be anything. What up, Striker? But Streamer, Lobster is only the best at digging shallow pits in the sandy sea floor. How does Lobster monetize this? Well, that's the thing. Is, in this lovely world we live in, you must find a way to monetize all aspects of your personality and your life. Otherwise, you will perish and die. How long is this category? It takes about 2 hours, usually. Yeah, I was told people love Dragon Ball. So I was like, oh, I could talk about me, Dragon, Blitz, with my balls. And then it's like, no, that's not what we actually wanted. I'm like, well, what? Come on. You gotta be more specific then. But it's fine. We're chilling, having a good time. I think there is also something really important to be said about just having a chill environment for people to hang out in as a community. What is this emote? It's just balls. Don't I already have balls enabled? I guess we could have more balls. Sure, that's fine. I won't stop you guys from spamming balls in whatever way you see fit. There we go. That 1 HP was really important. There was like some good stuff in the shop, so I will grab some more of those sellables. And then we got the one item here. This doesn't actually help us that much, but we can just library card from here. I think is the correct play, because this kind of leaves us stranded on this side of the castle. We can check the other chapel locations actually, and then library card. Sword card. Wait, didn't we skip a familiar card earlier? In Outer Wall? We need familiar cards in this preset. I almost forgot. Yeah, okay. So we'll pick that up as well. I'm glad we remembered. You're not familiar with that? All right, we got a bunch of checks here that we gotta do. And then from here, I think we just... Because all of these items can be progression items, kind of technically. That could just be Spike Breaker. It's not, though. Spike Breaker is always called Spike Breaker for clarity reasons, I think. Even though Holy Glasses isn't always called Holy Glasses, but you know. There's reasons. Damn, this music goes hard. Alright, I think that's everything, right? Alright, we library card. Your only indicator is the auto tracker? That's not true. You can just read the description, Major Seaman. That's like the whole point of this randomizer, is if you want to figure out, or the item randomization itself, is if you want to figure out what the item is, you have to read the description. The auto tracker takes care of some of that for you, but like, if you didn't have the auto tracker running, you could just read the description. You said the only indicator, and I'm responding to your chat message as written. Don't flip-flop on me. No, no, no. You don't get to weasel your way out of this because you get to say, well, I meant it was faster. That's not what you said. No, no, no. Let's have some precision in our language in this chat room, okay? People expect me to have precise language sitting here talking for 8 hours at a time on stream. I'm not allowed to misspeak or else I'm canceled. How peculiar. Meanwhile, you get to say whatever you want and then say, actually, I didn't mean that. Interesting. I smell a little bit of hypocrisy, perhaps. You can't Schrodinger your way out of this. Exactly. I'm just yapping. Don't listen to me saying any of this seriously. I'm just joking. No perfect English? Fair enough.
You steal men's souls and make them your slaves.
I will take English as a second language as payment. I'll take that as tribute, sure. We should, dude, I really don't want to leave the clock. The clock check is bothering me because we didn't do it when we had the chance to, but also, man, fuck that clock. You're telling me there's people who don't speak English? I'm telling everyone they should start speaking American, personally, because these British folk, they're not speaking well, they're speaking English, but, you know. This is a joke. I'll let you know, I'm fluent in sarcasm, so maybe you should be a little bit, you know, be wary of me. I'm a little spicy. I'm fluent in sarcasm. Come on now. Like, I know we're all a bunch of fucking millennials and shit, but, like, we can do better than I'm fluent in sarcasm, right? Let's check this. Come on. Like, millennial cringisms already are hard enough for us to deal with as a society. We don't need more. The UK stole the language from us? True! Hold on, we should take back what's ours. We should, audit the UK. Don't know why my sub message didn't pop up. Sometimes with sub messages, you have to, like, click the button that says share your sub message, but... Oh, you did do that. Yeah, I don't know. That's probably a Stream Elements alert thing going wrong then. Sorry. Thank you, DevG, for the sub. Yeah, it showed up in chat, but it didn't show up on stream, which is weird. Oh, baby. Another Vlad relic. That's going to be really annoying to grab. You know what? There is a way to do the gravity jump where you land in there, but I'm going to do it this way. There we go. That makes it a little bit easier. That's a fun one. We'll check castle entrance, and then maybe we library card again. Honestly, is that faster than backtracking? Probably not. It's probably faster to just backtrack instead. It's just that this room sucks to go through with the random zombies. That's the thing that makes me hate this room so much. Because there's not really a great way to deal with them. You just kind of have to jump over them. Dark Blade, sword forged by elves, whatever. Give me the nunchaku. Yeah, Lycanthrope makes that room a lot nicer. Let me guess. Back card, interesting.
Tribute. You steal men's souls.
You're here for Heaven's Sword hype.
Slaves.
Well, I hate to break it to you. We might not be seeing any of that. You have to bounce the librarian. That is not a relic check now. What do I get equipping the nunchaku? The nunchaku in this seed, they're called the nunchaku, but they're actually the obsidian sword, and the obsidian sword is a thrust type weapon, and thrust weapons give you additional gravity jumps mid-air after you've thrust. So I'm using that to basically fly when I'm not intended to be able to fly yet. Good damage boost at least. So yeah, at any point, if I'm like, oh, I need to be able to fly in this one spot, I can put this on. So yeah, weapon types are randomized amongst each other. So all two-handed weapons are randomized amongst two-handed weapons. All shields are randomized amongst shields. All swords are randomized amongst swords, etc. It's all good. I just like the randos. Nice. Yeah, we're going to be playing lots of randomizers on stream. I don't have any like specific speedrunning goals right now. I kind of need to at some point derust the reverse boss order run, so that way I can be prepared for GDQ if GDQ decides they want that to be in the marathon. Or, well, to be fair, it's not whether they decide it or not, it's whether they have the room for it, because it's a backup game. But I would still like to be prepared in case that happens. So we need to practice that at some point. Graham is not randomized because the description of the weapon says a sword named Graham. So the descriptions themselves can't lie. That's how this type of randomizer works with the items and the names being randomized, is you have to look at the description of the item, and if the item description refers to the item with its name, then it can't like lie. For example, Firebrand is always the fire sword because the description of the fire sword refers to it as like a fire sword. So it has to have some sort of fire element, and the only fire element sword that you can have is Firebrand, essentially. Same with like Ice Brand, Lightning Brand. It describes the weapon as a blank element sword, so it has to have that element, and the only way for it to have that element is to be the name or something like that. I don't know. There's rules, essentially. I'm not describing them well, but they exist. Which... Did I not check? Oh, fuck me. I didn't check Skill of Wolf? Dude, I'm smoking some hot shit right now. I'll go back for it. What kind of evil genie hypothetical rule is that? The randomizer dev came up with it. I don't know what to tell you. These aren't my rules. I didn't make this shit up. You think I programmed the randomizer? My dumbass can barely print hello world, all right? I don't know how to make a goddamn randomizer for a nearly 30-year-old video game. Like, what do you want from me? I am personally responsible for all things SotN related. Yeah. Me, when the streamer has interests outside of the thing that I personally know them for, even though they do other things on stream. What? This guy knows about Dark Souls? How did you? How? They only played Castlevania. Stream viewer when they lack object permanence and they see their streamer playing a different game. What? Wait, this isn't... Castlevania sure looks different today. Let's open this shortcut. Ooh, missed. All right, that's a good relic to find. This is probably our next progression. This also means we can get rid of the nunchaku for now. Where's my throwing stars? Right here. Does DB even exist when he's not live? Yeah, I go back into stasis, actually. As soon as the stream goes off, I essentially, my brain also resets. Did I play any portrait seeds with my latest biz? With the latest one? No. The last portrait seed I played was the one that I soft locked. Oh, I forgot to check this. Let me do that right now. Yeah, I soft locked because the spell for the sisters was locked behind the area where Dracula is or whatever. Buffalo Star could be useful. Look, I know I'm not owed anything from viewers. Ultimately, if you watch me and are entertained, that's all that matters. And if you're not entertained, then don't watch me. That's just how it goes. It's my job to entertain, to be the clown, honking his nose and spraying the water. Fairy card. Still no devil cards, really. Interesting. Very peculiar. I think the play for me is to grab the warp and then library card. Yeah, I think we grab the warp then library card. Then we check what's behind the mist gate in the library. And hopefully that gives us some progression. I think it kind of has to. Why do I need the cards? There is one item check that can be a relic that's behind the demon card switch in the mines. So you need the demon card to press that switch to do that check. Let's see if we can afford anything fun.
I'm interested.
I don't think so, right? We can get monster vials with not a lot of damage. We can get karma coins. That's fun. Power of Sire. I'll grab one. Just in case. Yo, hitbox Power of Sire would be funny. Yeah, it would be. I guess we're gonna find out. Nah, it's got a hitbox. We're chilling. I'd like some movement that isn't just me backdashing everywhere, but you know, at least I can backdash cancel, all right? I'm not going to complain too much, but I'll complain just enough to let it be known that I'm complaining. Okay. Yep. No. I understand. My bad. My bad. I didn't know we were playing this type of randomizer. Okay. Okay, fine. Complaining is fun. We haven't found any flight locked relics yet, right? Like specifically flight. Yo, Mythico, thank you for the raid. I hope your stream went well. Let me get off from the library card. I guess I'll keep using the Power Sire. Sure, why not? Karma coin, please. Chat, if you're good, I'll stop and get a Karma coin on the way home for you guys. Chat, we have Gambas at home. We don't need to stop and get a Karma coin. Sorry, I think that's another sellable, right? Got PB and now 4 minutes from world record. Congrats. Congrats on the PB. In this economy, you think we got Karma coin money? Come on, chat. I think we check Aurox's quarters out of logic to maybe find something out of logic that will help us, like a merman statue or a spike breaker out of logic would help. So with that in mind, let's go up here. Let's give ourselves the mana prism. Where the hell is my mana prisms? There they are. To make this easier. There we go. I don't need that. Whoa! Is the run on SGDQ a randomizer one? No, it's reverse boss order. And it's not guaranteed to be at SGDQ. It's, we checked this first, actually, before I forget. Yeah, I need to practice better routing here. There's a separate speedrunning marathon that I'm going to be a part of where I'm going to be playing lots of different randomizers. So I'm practicing for that because that's coming up first. I don't think it's announced yet, so I can't really talk about what it is or where it is or why it is. I don't think it's announced yet. But there is a marathon that I'm going to be a part of that I need to practice for, which is why I'm doing this. GDQ, it's not guaranteed that SotN's going to show up at GDQ, so I'm not gonna practice that until I get closer to the deadline, you know what I mean? Something that isn't GDQ, I'm there. Oh, come on. Don't tell me you're one of those people that's like, I hate GDQ. They ruined it ever since they said that trans people exist. Because if you are, I'm telling you, you're not gonna like my response. I hope that isn't you. It should be about speedrunning. No, I like GDQ. It's just nice to have variety. Okay, cool. Look, sorry. I'll say it. I shot my shot too soon. I've just heard a lot of very ignorant people complain about GDQ for very ignorant reasons, all right? And saying that you like the variety is a great answer. And honestly, I respect you for that. I shot from the hip. My bad, OG. I just get concerned when people start complaining about GDQ. GDQ, you can complain about very valid stuff. You didn't even complain. You just said something that isn't GDQ. You know, that's not even necessarily something that I should have taken negatively. But I've been conditioned on the internet to assume anything that could be perceived as negative has some sort of ulterior reasons behind it. You know what I mean? Damn, nothing here. I really thought I was being big brained by doing some out of logic shit, but turns out my brain is quite small. The thing that pisses me off about the people who are like, well, they're not about speedrunning anymore. They only care about woke donations or whatever the fuck. One, I don't think you cared about GDQ in the first place, those types of people. And two, it's like, there are other valid things you can complain about. And taking the time and energy to muddy the discourse with, but actually I don't like that, like, someone with colored hair and pronouns did a speedrun of an indie game that I've never heard of and I wasn't going to watch anyways. Like, those people, they're not real. They're legitimately not worthy of consideration for their opinions, but they do muddy the waters of legitimate criticisms that could be made, you know what I mean? And that's the part that makes me upset. Because as someone who is very invested in the speedrunning ecosystem, I want GDQ to succeed because it's like a good thing for all speedrunners of all walks of life and shapes and sizes. GDQ has always been incredibly family friendly. It's just that they're more brand friendly. That's the difference. The transition to quote-unquote family friendliness. There was people who got like soft banned for swearing back in like 2012. Like, they have always had the direct idea that like swearing or inappropriate language shouldn't be a part of their streams, and they've taken action against those people since the beginning. Just because you, and I'm not saying you as an individual, I'm saying you as like the person I'm making up in my head that I'm arguing with, that isn't real. Just because you saw a clip of GDQ cringe compilation back in 2015 doesn't mean that that's like, and that's no longer a thing that happens as often, doesn't mean that GDQ has changed for the worse because you don't get to have your lolcow to laugh at once or twice a year. Those are the people that piss me off the most. They're like, GDQ has changed because I don't get to laugh at nerds who are trying to do something that I think is objectively a good thing, aka fundraising for charity events. You know what I mean? And people love to hold on to like shit that happened at a GDQ event fucking half a decade ago or even longer than that. And be like, Lamau, remember when this really cringe thing happened back in 2013? 2013 was over 10 years ago. Check the calendar. 2013 was over 10 years ago. Like, what are we talking about here? You're bringing up shit that is, like, in a different fucking decade, bro. Get with the times. Maybe GDQ didn't change as much as you think it did. Maybe you changed. Maybe society changed. Maybe the world fucking changed, bro. Wake up. Look outside. People are different now. It's 2024. Wake up from your fucking coma, bro. The fact that there's a rabbit hole to fall into there, Midiko, is fucking disgusting. Like, why are people obsessing over a thing that ultimately has no merit, nothing to... There's just nothing to see here, man. An awkward thing happened at a charity marathon between a couple of people fucking 10 years ago. How are we still talking about this? Because I felt bad for the guy? Which guy? I feel bad for everyone involved, but like, I don't know, man. Like, oh, this is our form of flight? That's kind of gross. Again, it's if you wanted to feel empathy for every single awkward thing to come out of any sort of gamer interaction, like, you're just gonna spend all of your time consuming that on the internet, right? It's like, you gotta wake up. You gotta wake up and go outside. I miss Blue Glass's laugh. True. Honestly, wholesome comment right there. I feel bad for Blue Glass in particular. He's someone that got fucking memed into oblivion. You know what I mean? I don't feel too much empathy for Chibi personally, but there's many reasons for that. But again, like if we want to talk about people who haven't been relevant in any sense of the shape or form for over a decade, like what are we talking about, guys? I'm saying we, as a speedrunning community, or people who are even tangentially interested in the speedrunning community, should take this energy and move on. And I think that's probably the best. GDQ itself is not a charity. They are a organization that organizes and performs fundraisers for different charity organizations. There is a legal distinction there. They perform fundraising events. They themselves are not an active charity. Sorry, 69. I do need to heal because we're going underwater, I believe, right here. Because I do see a relic down there. Okay, that familiar card could be the demon card that we need. At least we're at 169. So actually it works out. The 69 prevails, after all. Anyways, my rant about this shit doesn't matter and doesn't really mean anything. You're allowed to enjoy... Oh, come on. That should have been demon card. You're allowed to enjoy and appreciate whatever types of content or art or whatever that you like. I just personally think that many people should kind of wake up, look outside, and realize that times have changed in many different ways. Dude, I keep forgetting item checks. That's really annoying. And focusing in on stuff that happened, you know, over a decade ago and using that as your means of engaging with a community feels very shitty to me. It's like, why are we talking about a thing in reference to GDQ that happened over a decade ago as if it's still relevant today? That's ultimately my standpoint is, if I bring up GDQ and your first instinct is to bring up a thing that happened 10 years ago, I think you should probably realize that your perspective and interest with the medium is outdated, and maybe I will not find it helpful, right? That's like talking about having a conversation with somebody that hasn't what's a good example? Nothing here. Like someone who hasn't flown on an airplane since like pre 9/11 and then being like, dude, I don't know, I don't think airports are, you know, that cumbersome or that awkward. And it's like, bro, you haven't flown on a plane since pre 9/11. Like, you're not a part of this conversation because you haven't kept up with it. Again, I'm fighting with the voices in my head. I'm not talking to any individuals in chat, just by the way. This is me just ranting to nobody. Oh boy, I miss smoking inside of the airplane. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I think it also comes down to a certain level of entitled behavior that exists online when any type of topic comes up. And I'm guilty of this. But I'm guilty of it as a streamer who has to fill the air to just talk about nothing. Any topic comes up and all of a sudden it's like, I must give my take on the thing that people are talking about because I have been given a voice via the internet and therefore I know what I must say in this moment. When in reality, it's like, bro, shut the fuck up. My information might be outdated from 10 years, but bro, remember that chibi guy? Wasn't that weird? It's like, sorry, we're talking about GDQ. We're not talking about fucking prehistoric history. Get out of here. Get out of here. What if we don't exist? Look, I'm fighting with the voices in my head regardless. You can't stop me. I don't need another library card. In case it is one. So with that in mind, I am going to grab this. Just ordered Domino's. Congratulations on the pizza. I know that's a big step for you. Yeah, literally Domino's social media in the chat. I just ordered a large Domino's 2-topping pizza for only $5.99. Hashtag Domino's for life. Also, hi streamer. Hashtag ad. Do you guys remember when corporations were like gifting out subs to random streamers as essentially an ad campaign? Only $5.99. Sorry, I haven't ordered pizza since 1996, so again, I shouldn't be talking about pizza. See, I'm guilty of it too. $5.99. My prices are outdated. In this economy, that shit don't exist. I remember seeing Konami and Bobby's chat. That was different. That Konami guy actually liked Konami content. That was just the social media guy hanging out. That guy no longer works for Konami. Or if that guy does work for Konami, does not operate the social media account anymore. I imagine it's because they were hanging out in streamers' chats. And those streamers would be like, hey, at Konami, what the fuck, man? What are you doing? Like, why are you like this? Give us another Castlevania. Why are you hanging out in Castlevania streamers' chats when you haven't fucking sold a Castlevania game in like 5 years? But no, I'm talking about like the like freaking Coke and shit like that. We're showing up in chats gifting a bunch of subs, and I'm like, man, that would have been great. Dude, free money from a corporation that's doing a shitty ad campaign on Twitch, man. And I didn't have to like work for it. I just had to stream and be like, oh my god, gifted subs from hashtag delicious fizzysodawater.com. Thank you. And then move on with my fucking day, and I just pocket like $500. Like, come on, man. That would have been huge for me. Think about all of the nice things I could buy for my cats. Another duplicator? Double duplicator. We're living in a double duplicator world. All right, we're living in a double duplicator world. Mom, how come he gets 2 duplicators? Oh, lava didn't load in. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate the gifted. Yo, is that a gifted sub from hashtag drsdave.com / hashtag ad? Oh my god. See, it would have been free money. I could have had it all. Oh. Can I soul steal? Item checks and vases? Yeah, I don't need items. What do you mean? Can you die, bro? How many soul steals? Huh? He's off screen. Get your country ass down here, Grand Falloon. God damn. What is Konami working on? Who knows? Who's to say? Is this glasses? It's actually glasses. Okay. Is there anything else I want to do down here? I think we back. Oh, I did miss a item check. Yeah. Let's go do that item check, and then we library card, I guess. Okay. Funny enough, Konami's another reason why I haven't, like, I don't know. Things have not been the best content-wise. What's the word? That's not what I mean. What I'm trying to say is things have not been very optimistic from me when it comes to Castlevania content in the future, because I feel like it's not a healthy scene that will continue to grow over time, if that makes sense. Right? I feel like Castlevania as a IP, its relevance can only get boosted up so many times, especially when it comes to video games. Yeah, Pokemon content creators get new content every year. More than every year, bro. They get to have infinite content as far as I'm concerned, because they get new games. Granted, the new games suck, but they get to at least play the new game and say, "What, guys, chat, you know, I know that Pokemon Doo-Doo and Ass Butt, they're the newest games. They're on the Nintendo Switch 2. I know they only run at 5 FPS. I know that they only have 6 Pokemon in them. I know that the DLC came out day 1. But, like, come on, guys. Let's try it out." And then they play for like 10 hours on stream. They make a YouTube video saying, "Yeah, no, the game actually does suck." And then they get to play fucking Pokemon ROM hacks for the next 10 years. Or Pokemon fan games. Or Pokemon Nuzlocks. Or Pokemon challenge runs. Pokemon randomizers. And then by the time that all of that content is run out, it's like, oh boy, new Pokemon game. Meanwhile, the last Castlevania game I've even had the opportunity to play has been the Castlevania Advanced Collection, and guess what? I've been playing those games already. It's called an emulator, my guy. Those aren't new games. Those are Game Boy Advanced games that anyone could play with an emulator. The starters in Pokemon Ass Butt are great, though. I mean, I don't know. Chat, would you be getting Pokemon Ass or Pokemon Butt? Is this Spike Breaker? It is Spike Breaker. Okay. It's interesting. Penis? Giga Chad. Pokemon, you have to wait a couple years before Pokemon Penis comes out, and it's like the combination of the two. But yeah, it's it never gets the same amount of developer support though. That's the sad part. Ass Legendary is probably better. Anyways, you get what I'm saying. It's just tough when, like, you're known as, like, the guy who's good at one Castlevania game and maybe branches out into a couple of others. And then it's like, oh, by the way, you're never getting another Castlevania game, and if you do, it's going to be a mobile phone gotcha fucking casino game. Oh. Well, that's not, like, the type of... That's not the reason I like Castlevania. Too bad, that's all you're getting. Oh. Well, I guess I'll just play the same Castlevania game for 10 years, which is what I've done. And then what? It's been 10 years. Now what do I do? Just keep playing? Keep producing for the keep sacrificing blood for the blood god? Sounds like a healthy relationship, I know. Bro, even the fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! Content creators are mad at Konami. And guess what? There's new Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards every, like, 2 months. Sometimes even sooner than that. They have a whole ass fucking simulator that they get to play on their streams. They're fine. And they still complain about Konami. Granted, I think there's reasons to complain about Konami because they are still in a gacha system and, you know, Konami still is very greedy with a lot of the systems that exist in Yu-Gi-Oh, but still, it's like compared to what I'm dealing with Konami, Yu-Gi-Oh's got it great. That's definitely a grass is always greener situation. Or it's more so I'm looking over at the Yu-Gi-Oh content creators fence saying, damn, their grass is greener. Meanwhile, they're looking over at like some other community, like Pokemon or something, and they're like, damn, that grass looks really green too. I think we just do everything, even though it's all the way on the fucking polar opposite ends of the castle. Or we go second castle. Is there anything we want from the second castle? Jewel of Open, we already have. We need Bat. Just for having Bat. We need... I mean, Leapstone would be nice. Thank you for the tier 1, Atropus. Much appreciated. Yeah, still no Leapstone is annoying. We have our glasses. We need the other ring. Okay, there's that. There we go. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 14. There we go. Watch, this is going to be nothing, but at least my... Yeah, it was nothing. At least I can feel soothed knowing that I didn't get completely fucked for this. Now the question is, do we check Silver Ring? Maybe with a save split we do? If you want to play that grass looks greener, go play Master Duel. Master Duel has all of the silly fun cards allowed, and the game sucks because of it. Yes, the Gargoyle transformation, I don't know the exact odds of it happening, but it is quite rare. Oops. One thing that I also am willing to accept is that, since we're talking about content stuff, and I talk about it every stream and every video at this point, I am willing to accept that I do have a certain level of personal responsibility in understanding that my personality is one that not everyone's going to agree with, because I tend to be a little bit contrarian in some regards. It's a habit of mine that I formed at a very young age, and I've, you know, done a lot of work to try and be less contrarian just for the sake of doing it. And I think a lot of people don't like that when it does come through. And I also have strong convictions about things that I believe in that have developed because of my contrarian stances in my youth. Now I just, instead of being a contrarian about things, I still vehemently will argue about things that I actually do believe in instead of just believing in the opposite thing that other people believe in. And I know that turns a lot of people off. And I probably could do better if I just cared about growth from a content perspective, to just be a blank canvas of no personality outside of just, hey, positive vibes only, chat. Chat, did you hear about the game last night? Ha ha ha, I have no personality. I haven't had a sentient thought in the last 10 years. Ha ha ha. I'm very agreeable and have no defining personality traits. I'm simply the entertainment that you put on in the background, playing the game that you cared about 10 years ago. But I think I have too much conviction to being a content bot, essentially. And I think those types of people, unironically, are going to get filtered out in the future anyways. Because I feel like that is probably going to be the thing that gets replaced with AI when it comes to streaming. Because I'll say it, no fucking AI is going to be capturing the shit I'm coming up with off the top of my head, right? The most unhinged bullshit that I say during streams, there's no way an AI can predict that, right? My ass got that Dracula flow on lock. But the, hey, how's it going, chat? Did you see the game last night? Boy, oh boy, that new Call of Duty sure is different, but also kind of the same. I have no strong feelings or opinions about anything. I will say whatever you want me to say. Thank you for the subscription. Like, they're not going to survive. Wow, I think people give the new Pokemon game too much hate. Well, actually, maybe they do deserve it a little bit. I sit on the fence on all positions. What is the most popular opinion on Reddit? That's what I believe. I fear the internet mob and want to capitulate to their every whims. Ha ha ha. I don't think those people are going to survive. I think the weird ass people like the shit I'm doing will probably be in a better spot overall. Because ultimately, I think and granted, I'm just speaking out of my ass right now, and none of this could be real, and I could just be making this all up as far as I'm concerned. Again, I am just talking to the voices in my head here. But to me, it feels like as AI gets more developed, and obviously companies are going to be like, all of these VTubers that have millions and millions of followers with not very strong personalities whatsoever, we can just create thousands and thousands of AI clones of slightly different variations of VTubers. Even if we're only monetizing like them a little bit, sheer force of scale will force us to be making millions off of this via no effort on our behalf. And I think over time, people will realize that the AI slop, because people will be able to determine AI slop versus human-made shit, because humans are much more adaptable than the AI slop will ever be. Because ultimately, humans have to be the ones creating the AI slop algorithms, and they can only be so accurate for so long. And human tastes, especially that amongst the youth, will develop quicker than I think AI is able to develop, ultimately. And anything that can be branded as human will be seen as unique and valuable, because ultimately I think humans do have a bias towards unique, interesting stuff, and I think that stuff will only be created by humans. Because as soon as AI is able to replicate what the humans are making, humans will feel less interested in it. That is ultimately my saving grace as to why the AI overlords aren't going to fully take over when it comes to the content sphere. Because ultimately, I think the tastes of people will change with time to essentially reflect whatever AI is unable to do, because that itself will be a novelty. Will humans ever not like music then? I think what we call music might change. The types of music that we listen to might change. I really think humans are ultimately, when I'm talking about like culturally, right? There are going to be people who are like, I don't mind the slop. The AI slop is comfortable and something that I can derive comfort from. Those people will always exist, and like whatever. They exist now, bro. There's people who just eat up whatever slop, whether it's AI created or not. But I'm talking about like important art, right? Think cultural important pieces of touchstone media, you know what I mean? Why am I not participating in the randomizer thing? I don't know what you mean by the randomizer thing. Do you mean the current tournament? There's reasons for it. I've discussed them on stream many a times. I think we're already seeing the counter interest in AI-created art in general. And it's only been, like, what, a year? Really? Since it's been, like, a thing in the public consciousness? There are some people who still will just be like, I don't see a problem with it, and then, like, don't think critically about literally anything that they do. They'd be like, I don't see a problem with carbon monoxide because I literally can't see anything. There's not enough blood going to my brain. Those people will always exist, but people with conscious, critical thought will ask more than what is able to be provided by the AI slop. That is my thesis. And I can be wrong, but I hope I'm right. Fuck me. My opinion is fully based off of vibes, though. I don't have any statistics or analysis to base this on. It's purely vibes. So, again, I'm talking out my ass here. You don't have to take my word for it. Can I stop getting stoned? At least I got Alucard shield for this, but man, oh man, what a miserable item check. Your source is your heart king. Aw, that's cute. AI Joe Biden was the peak of AI. I mean, it's just a funny joke that people latched onto for, like, finally a Leapstone. For, like, a week, and then people realized, oh, wait, this actually isn't that funny. I had to take the battery out of my carbon monoxide detector. The loud beeping was giving me a headache and making me dizzy. Good. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. You definitely want to do that. Oh, I forgot the dragon helm. Dude, I keep forgetting random checks. That was actually okay. I think whatever you experienced from the AI...
Tribute.
Yo, congrats on the anonymous gifted sub.
And make them your slaves.
I don't need that. Whatever your, like, early experiences with the AI voice generation stuff, it's like, okay, this is funny and novel in the moment, but then you realize, because it's so accessible and anybody can just throw that slop together, all of a sudden YouTube was flooded with that shit of every specific niche you could possibly think of. And all of a sudden, it's like, wait a minute, this actually isn't that funny because all of the AI slop is flooding my feeds, and it's not novel or interesting or unique at all. The first couple were interesting because it's novel in the moment, and then you realize it's slop all the way down. It's like, huh, new slop, don't get me wrong, new slop can have an appeal, but then you realize that, oh, it's still slop. And doesn't have actual staying power, and that fucking meme fell off hard because of it. Well, Brady, you don't need AI for that. He'll say that voluntarily, all right? You just have to ask him in private. I'm sure he will. Weird level up. Again, as I said, I think people who are able to think critically about content or art or anything that they consume, really, will realize that the AI slop is not fulfilling in a meaningful way. And they will yearn for anything human created because at least it'll be unique. Right? But that will also force human innovations to be incredibly unique. I think being an individual with a very unique perspective and thoughts and feelings will be more and more valuable in an attention economy. So people who have unique perspectives that are difficult to emulate, unique talents that are difficult to emulate, those people will be just fine. Dude, fuck the fairy card. There's an AI series that I'm watching, and it's a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament. I could not think of a more uninteresting thing to hear. Do you want to watch AI Yu-Gi-Oh? No, I'm good. I'm fine, man. That sounds so incredibly uninteresting. Again, I think it might be novel to you in the moment, but I guarantee, unless you find it so incredibly compelling, even though it has, you know, only so much that it can do, that's fine. I'm not here to just tell you that you're wrong for liking a thing, but I personally find it hard to be interested in the concept from the jump, if that makes sense. And maybe I'm being too pedantic, maybe I'm being too accusatory, but also I can't help but feel like that sounds so incredibly boring. Do I think it'll bring out the soul in art more generally? I don't think it'll bring out the soul so much as it'll help. And when I say help, I mean it will force whatever is counter to AI to become popular. So whether that is soulful or whether that is demonic, hateful bullshit, I don't know. Who's to say? I don't think there's a morality that we can assign to AI because it is ultimately just whatever the algorithms that were created. So assigning some sort of like soulful ness to it doesn't quite make sense to me personally. But I mean, that's life, you know? I think we'll be fine. We will learn to understand. It's kind of like computer literacy, right? I think the people who are engaging with and learning more about AI shit will be more AI literate in the future as it develops. And people who are similar to the internet, who don't use it regularly or don't take the time to try and understand it, will be left behind and be more susceptible to AI slop garbage. Same with, like, you know, people who are in their 60s who are like, well, the Nigerian prince said they would make me a millionaire. I just needed to send them my bank information. Obviously, most people understand, like, no, that's an email scam, Grandpa. See, these companies will try and find your email information and then sell it to these groups that then use it for nefarious purposes. So in the same way that people my age and younger who go on the internet all the time will know that, like, hey, this is a sponsored post. This is an ad. This is not actual content. And old people can't tell the difference between, like, well, the first result in Google said that actually eating liver blood from goats cures cancer. Meanwhile, like, people who are more internet literate would be like, no, that's, like, you know, a bullshit ad or like a scam or something like that. Or they're just trying to sell you blood goat pills that do nothing. I think the same will come from AI, where people who are more knowledgeable and grow up with it and take the time to understand it will be like, no, this is like AI. Like, don't listen to it. It's bullshit. Even if it starts to get better and harder to determine between like human-made stuff and AI-made stuff. I think there will be a subsection of people who will understand it and be able to parse it growing up with it. And that's what keeps me optimistic that we'll probably be fine. I've already told my mom, as somebody who has put their voice out on the internet for hundreds of thousands, or at least thousands of hours, an AI could easily replicate my voice. And I'm like, if somebody finds out your information uses an AI to try and replicate me to like get money from you, just don't. Like if you hear my voice and it's like, hey, I'm in jail and I need bail, or like, help, I've been kidnapped. Mom, just let me die. If I'm already in that situation, it's Jover for me. Keep your money. I would rather my mom doesn't bail me out of jail if it happens to be real, compared to the alternative of her just getting scammed for no fucking reason. Need a code word? That as well, yeah, that's an option. Or like, you know, you gotta make sure you know that it's me. Like, ask me something that only I would know. Also, I'm getting fucked on right now. Let's get the fairy familiar in here. In case I die. Fuck it. Yeah, we need a special password. Don't get into the van unless they say, Peter Piker picked a patch of penis peppers. Hello, Mother. It is I, Dr. Forgone Blitz. I have, unfortunately, been sentenced to life in prison. My execution date is tomorrow. Please send unmarked bills to this address so I can get out of jail. Dude, these freaking Dark Octopus, they go kind of crazy. How do I know which one is really my son? Quick, is Heaven's Sword a good... I'm gonna shoot. Is Heaven's Sword a good weapon in Symphony of the Night? Yes, Mother. I love Heaven's Sword. My son would never accept Heaven's Sword as a good weapon. Can I get a soul of bat, please? I guess not. The best I can do is Spirit Orb. Fair enough. Owie! Owie! Wait a minute, I'm gonna fucking die. Stop. Calm down. Sheesh. Yeah, no bat, no wolf. No nothing. We need to start adding captchas to phone calls. Dude! Wait, hold on. Whose idea is that? Oh, thank God we have wolf. That's actually a smart idea. Unless you're calling 911, I guess, obviously. Like if you're calling an emergency number. But if you're just calling any other number, you should have to do a CAPTCHA. 100%. No, that's actually a goated idea. I'm tired of getting fucking robocalled like 6 times a day. Asking me to fucking... We'll do it this way, yeah. I barely get robocalled. Must be nice. Yeah, you guys don't get the sex robots? You don't get the AI robot calls asking you to fuck? We require human semen. sex robots. I will say, it is going to be a funny day when a lot of the anti-AI Andes all of a sudden get access to AI sex robots. All of a sudden, they might change their tune real quick. Wait a minute. I can finally start having sex? Actually, I think AI is not that bad all of a sudden. Hold on. All right, we have 3 options, I think, going back to the first castle. We have Cube of Zoe, which requires... Which relic is that? What is that? That's the, Oh, that's Castle Entrance. I was like, what the fuck is that? It's in Castle Entrance. Wait, hold on. Maybe we hear them out about this whole AI thing now that they got AI pussy down. You're telling me that there's been advancements in AI vaginas? Oh, boy. Wait a minute. The Devil Card Switch only has a relic in the first castle, but yeah. There is a relics at the end. Okay. Gonna be a lot of closeted AI sexuals. Look. Listen. Isn't there a whole Futurama episode about this, essentially? Open up a robot brothel? Good for him. I'll be honest, my brain is 100% cooked from these dumbass conversations, but who am I to judge? Yeah, I'll Flamestar him. Fuck it. Future is bright after all. What a time to be alive. Yeah. We'll probably be fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. I personally think the kids will be all right. And as long as the kids will be all right, future generations will also be all right. Do I library card now? I have a ton of options. Back in the first castle, everything except Soul of Bad. So I'm going to library card now. I basically have every possible option. So kids watch TikTok. My generation grew up watching YouTube. What's the difference, man? And I also think that generation will also do the same counter technology bullshit that like every generation does once they realize, wait, actually this technology has been killing us for fucking 10 years. I think the same will happen with TikTok and all social medias. I think we'll be okay. What up, Dr. Swallman? I think the persistence of the continuation of the human base of knowledge Dude, break the fucking candle. We'll continue, much like it always has. No, the thing I grew up with is better than the thing that the young people are growing up with because I remember the old thing, but I've never experienced the new thing, but everything that the news channels tell me about the new thing is bad makes me think it's bad. Bro, there was fucking beheading videos on YouTube and shit. Like, what do you mean? OG YouTube is still bad. Just because you remember it fondly doesn't mean that it doesn't have the same issues as every other social media website. Like I said, the kids are gonna be fine. They're gonna be just fine. I would really like a stopwatch. If you look at the history of Juvenoia over time, Juvenoia being the exact thing that I'm talking about, old people saying, oh, the new generation is so screwed because they're bad at X, Y, and Z. Like, these sentiments have been experienced throughout all of recorded history. So you're not unique in thinking, oh no, the generation now is so cooked because of new technologies making them lazy or stupid or bad. Back in the day, they thought fucking books were making kids stupid because they would stop remembering shit using their brains because they're too busy relying on books. Books, motherfucker! Yeah, same with no one wants to work nowadays. This generation doesn't want to do hard work. Back in my day, I was 4 years old working in a coal mine developing mesothelioma, but we didn't call it mesothelioma back then. We called it the stop being lazy and stop coughing so much. Nice. There's the Vlad relic. The question is that it? Are we done with the complexity and now we're just looking for random relics? Because if so, I might be cooked. I might be in trouble. Back in my day, we used to breathe lead. Thanks, gasoline. Exactly, man. Did I check Twilight Cape? We haven't done the right side of the second castle yet. We're going to at some point. The only thing that sucks is I really do need a stopwatch, and it's random. Or I would like to have a stopwatch, so that way I could prevent the possibility of the final Vlad being locked behind the Alucard room check. I'm gonna do the demon card check as well, in case that's like Soul of Bat.
Tribute.
Thank you, Project Omega.
You steal men's souls and make them your slaves.
Did I try Rainbow Six Siege? No. From every video game I've ever talked about on stream, do you think maybe Rainbow Six Siege might not be like my type of game? Yes, famed Castlevania speedrunner loves tactical shooters and loves playing them. Evidence? Shrugs. I don't know. All right, nothing here. Yeah, we need a warp. Let's warp to castle entrance, check the relic that we forgot, because I'm silly. And then we'll have basically full cleared first castle outside of needing the goddamn stopwatch. There was some whack pseudoscience medical bullshit. I mean, that shit still exists, I'm gonna be honest with you. There's always been a market for selling somebody some sort of health substitute thing. No, but the healing crystals are real! They're real this time, I swear my chakras are so aligned! You guys just don't understand! I'm spiritually superior to you because I listen to the crystals! What up, JB? Don't hate on my magnetic bracelet. Dude! The magnetic bracelet is a funny one. That is a funny one. It was nothing. It was nothing. Oh well. Radiation equals energy? Hold on. Have you heard of this new radiation? It's the power of the atom. You can have that power inside you. All you have to do is drink radium. Yum, yum, yum. Radium goes straight into your bones. Makes you big and strong. May cause bone defects. Man, if it's fucking... Okay. We live in a world where the last Vlad relic is either found in the second castle or it's specifically at the Alucard equipment location check. And I don't have a stopwatch to check that. So simply, it won't be there. It's just not going to be there. So we're fine. So it's probably just in the second castle. Surely I can't be that unlucky. It's the miracle of modern science. You can get the power of a nuclear bomb inside your bones. You want nuclear bones, don't you? Kevin next door has nuclear bones. Do you want to miss out on nuclear bones? Well, I mean, if Kevin has nuclear bones... That's some shit they'd be making fun of in a Fallout video game. Also, it is wild to me that the Fallout series is, the Netflix series or whatever, the streamed series, is doing so well that, like, people playing even fucking dog shit video games like Fallout 76 are, like, doing all right, stream-wise. I'm like, damn, man! That shit didn't happen with the Castlevania animated series. I got maybe 2 new viewers that were like, hey, I'm watching because I watched the Netflix series. Apparently 76 has come a long way. I refuse to give Todd Howard any credit. I refuse. But it is feasibly possible that it's better. Oh, it's because my girlfriend loves me. I don't consent to this weird triangle that I'm unaware of. I'm joking. This is a joke. I understand that you meant platonically, but it's funny if I imply otherwise. It's all about comparison. Fallout 76 is good compared to Starfield. Nobody plays Starfield anymore, right? They've all accepted that Starfield was always a bad video game. Like, even the hardcore... Like, no, they'll get it right this time. It's Fallout in space. Again, I refuse to give Todd Howard any money or credit. So I am a little bit out of the loop. I've never played it. But I mean, come on, man. Bethesda is like, what? Name one good, like, above an 8 out of 10 game made by Bethesda. They maybe have one. Skyrim? Nope. Skyrim is not above an 8 out of 10. You are just wrong and haven't played the game in like 10 years. Or you've played it since release and are already used to all of the Skyrim bullshit and jank. Oblivion? Are they the ones that made Oblivion, or was that Obsidian? Didn't Obsidian make Oblivion? It was just a subsidiary of Bethesda. Because the same is with Fallout New Vegas. Fallout New Vegas was made by Obsidian. And Fallout New Vegas is the only good Fallout game. That's not true. I'm sure the old ones are fine. But I've never played. Skyrim is a game that exists... that is... best understood as a game that does not age well, and even for the time, it was like an okay, if not pretty decent, open world RPG. If you're saying it's an 8 out of 10 when it first came out, sure. But like, the game's been re-released with essentially zero changes 100 million times. So for that reason, I am going to compare it as if it is a modern game, because the most recent release came out like 4 years ago. And even for a game that came out 4 years ago, Skyrim is not an 8 out of 10. At most, I'll give it a 7, just from the clout of its previous iterations, and like how it started, or how it consumed a generation and gave them a reason to care about open world games. And also, most people are like, Skyrim's great. Meanwhile, I'm playing Skyrim with 1,200 mods on to make the game remotely playable, because all of these game systems just do not function or are uninteresting. Yeah, Skyrim's really good once you apply the magic overhaul mod, melee combat overhaul mod, sex with NPCs overhaul mod. And they haven't played vanilla Skyrim in like 20 years. And they're over here saying like, no, it's great! It's awesome! I love it! DB does sex with Argonians? Listen. When the Argonians are lusty, what are you supposed to do? Look, I don't judge you guys. Like, let's not have some ad hominems thrown at each other, okay? We can be respectful. It's always the Argonians, never the Khajiit, huh? And listen, I played Skyrim, a lot of Skyrim. I also, back in 2010 or whenever it came out, put like 200 hours into my Skyrim playthrough on my Xbox. All right? We've all been there. But also, to a certain extent, we got to accept that, like, it don't hold up nowadays, right? So, okay, even if I give you the one game that Bethesda made that people will still, for whatever reason, defend and say it's good, is Skyrim, right? Does that mean you got to trust Todd Howard with your firstborn child? Probably not. You probably shouldn't. I think it's clear that we probably just don't. No, Dishonored is not a Bethesda-made game, no. Because otherwise we would then be talking about Fallout New Vegas, which is the best Bethesda-published game ever made. I've never played Dishonored, though. So maybe Dishonored might be better, I don't know. I've seen a lot of gameplay from it, and it seems like an interesting stealth-based first-person decision, kind of like, interactive sim? Is that what they're called? What's that genre called? Fuck. Immersive sim. That's what it is. It seems like a decent immersive sim type game. I'll put a cape on. We need the swag, actually. We are currently quite swagless, and honestly, it's surprising it took us this long to become swagful. It has some quirks, but you find them interesting. I know Dishonored speedruns were kind of popping for a minute. Oops, we go up. I finished it and I hate first-person games. Like, the concept of viewing a perspective first-person, like, does it make you, like, nauseous? Do you get, like, motion sick or something? Oh, Soul of Bat, fuck yeah. Okay. Now we have a reason to go back to the first castle. That isn't just, I got fucked and unlucky. It is possible that the final Vlad is at Jewel Sword. So, thank God. Hey guys, sub 2 hours. We finally got the Soul of Bat. Let's go. Batless, swagless. Hey, we now have swag. We now have bat. Hold on, the seed's kind of cooking. It's a slow burn. But once it gets... This seed is like every anime that random guy on the internet tries to recommend to you. No, dude. After like the first 4 episodes, it gets really good. You don't understand. Like, it starts to pick up like crazy. What is that? That's in the... Oh. I forgot one in the alchemy lab. We should go back for that. Just in case. Log Horizon. Weeb detected. Weeb detected. Mods, get them. Nah, it's fine. You get the pass. Weebs get the pass in this chat. It's fine. I do not resemble you, but I respect you and fear you. The weebs outnumber me 10 to 1. So I must respect them. I haven't watched anime since I was like a teenager, really. I think the issue is that for me, anime became too inaccessible, where you needed to be really in it. You couldn't just be a casual, oh, I watch a handful of, you know, things type anime fan. It was like, okay, if you're not watching fucking subbed anime 5 months before it gets dubbed in America, then like you're not a real fan, and also everything's gonna get spoiled for you, and also no dude, like you don't understand, like there's just a lot of gatekeeping that exists in anime fandoms that I'm just like, you know what, I think I'm good, man. It's like a lot of work to keep up with anime is basically what I'm saying, and it's like I just don't have the time. My ass got to spend another 10 hours speedrunning SotN this week. You don't understand. This randomizer not going to random itself. But that's the same issue that I have with consuming all media. Is just I'm very much behind as a media consumer because I just play this game every day. Okay, we found the last VOD relic. What do you mean you didn't read the manga? You don't understand. The manga is an expression of artistic purity. To be fair, I feel like the choice was kind of made for me when it comes to SotN because it was the only thing I did that I kind of popped off with. To be fair, I am a big fan of this game. I'm not sitting here saying I resent playing this game by any means. I love this game. It's still my favorite game of all time. But in the realm of I want to make content on the internet, what do I choose to do? That choice was made for me. As much as I would love to be successful doing anything I wanted on the internet, obviously that's just not how it works. So I accept that, you know, I'll do SotN stuff because I love it, and anything that I also love to do will just not get as much interest or views or success or money, and that's, you know, that's life. Yeah, I understand that. I think it's just really hard to find a subsection of people that like the same interests that I do. I think parts of the interests that I have, it's easy to find. Obviously, there is an audience of people that love SotN, right? But how many people love SotN but also love all of the other niche things that I care about? It's not as much. Right? There's going to be some fall off there. There's going to be some amount of people who are now down to join the ride. Damn, that guy fucking died. Hey, sub 2 hours, not bad. Even for a seed that we almost like 100%ed and forgot a few checks. Sub 2 hours, not bad. Have I ever streamed Rondo of Blood? Yeah. I did a full playthrough. I think it's up on Dragon Blitz Daily. Of both my Richter and my Maria playthroughs of Rondo of Blood. It's like one of the earlier Dragon Blitz Daily videos. I think if you just search Rondo of Blood and my name, it should pop up. Either way. Look, I've been doing this streaming shit for over 10 years. I've probably done a lot of the stuff, or at least considered a lot of stuff that you guys would suggest, so.
How is it that I've been so defeated?
Keep that in mind. And if you're ever curious, you can always just Google it, or just go to the YouTube search bar and type in my name plus the game, and it might pop up. GG's! Hey, thank you if you put this on in the background and chilled with it over on Dragon Blitz Daily, or if you watched all the way through intently, enjoying every single word that came out of my mouth. You are appreciated. Don't forget to subscribe, as it helps me out a ton. Leave a like, leave a comment for the algorithm, join the live streams, twitch.tv/DragonBlitz, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.